today's video, we're taking a look, oh my god. In today's video, we're taking a look at what's inside my 2021 camera bag. For you guys who don't know me, my name is Drake and I'm a student videographer and photographer here at ASU. I've interned all over Arizona, and because of those internships, I've had to create video and photo content almost every day. But here is the camera bag I use is an Urban Access 13 from Think Tank. See, it's pretty small. Being small is what I like because it's not the size of like a 15-inch bag. 15-inch bag meaning it fits a 15-inch laptop. But if I were to go back in time, I'd still probably get the 15-inch one. This was almost 2 years ago, and I think it was a great purchase because it's fit all of my things I've had to carry, and it's not as big as those other bags are. So it's still kind of low-key as I travel around the city, and it won't bring too much attention to myself. There is a top zipper pocket right here. And if I open that up, this top compartment is really helpful for me to hold my wallet, anything like that. And I like how you open to access all the camera gear, you open it from the back, which is covered behind you, so no one can really steal anything from you. This is where my 13-inch laptop goes, right here. Strap, it can stay strapped in. And on the inside, that'll put me in the mood, cause I like to have a minute, maybe more than a few, and we gonna make them. So for my main camera body, I use the Canon EOS R. I've had this camera since 2018. The pictures that have came out of this camera have been in some big name newspapers like AZ Central and USA Today. The biggest thing that I was looking for was 60 frames per second by 1080, which is the highest level this camera can put out, but to be honest, that's all I need from a camera. I don't need 4K, anything like that as of yet. For 3 years, this camera has been just fine for YouTube, and especially for the college level budget, since it's a little bit older now, it's a lot cheaper than the EOS R6 and the R5. And the lens I use with this camera is the 15-35 f2.8. I had this lens since it first came out. It was a break in the bank, to be honest, with it being almost, I think, over $2,000. But from that price point, I got something that has lasted me all 3 years and will probably last me plenty of more, especially because of the image stabilization that is inside the lens. Because the EOS R doesn't have IBIS, the lens really compensates for that. And at that 15 millimeters, it's wide enough to shoot vlogs, anything like that. And at 35, which I'm at right now, is good enough for an interview setting. So actually, before the EOS R, I had the Canon 70D, which is still a really good backup camera for anything I do with the EOS R. It's kind of dated right now. It only shoots, I think, 30 frames per second with 1080 is all I need, I guess, as a backup camera. Right now I have the 10-16 on this, and I also have the 50mm 1.8, the nifty 50. As a background, I think I used this camera for 2 years before getting going with the EOS R, and it's worked just fine. I also used this for some professional stuff my freshman year of college as well. I just had to upgrade to something a little bit better. 2 years after I bought this first lens, I just had enough money to pick up this second lens, which is the 24-105 f4 RF lens. And I picked this one up because obviously the 15-35 isn't as much range as I wanted for a travel lens. So being able to get to 105 is really helpful in a lot of situations, especially traveling when I can only use one lens. Usually people buy this first, but you know, I went with the 15-35 first. But like I said, it's been really helpful. Even at f4, I just got a step-up ring for my VND filter, which I'll talk about in 1 second. So speaking of ND filters, the one I've had for also 3 years is the Peter McKinnon variable ND from 2 to 5 stops. As you can see, it's right here. I could literally put it on, make some shades right there. Mostly just like twist it on and boom, it's right there, like sunglasses immediately. And this is what I use for everything travel, and almost every day whenever I'm outside, I have this variable ND on my camera. So the microphone I am using right now is this right here, the Deity M4 Duo. I actually used the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus for 2 years. Then I actually dropped it down a waterfall in Hawaii. So I had to pick something up. Luckily, I had this as my backup for my GoPro. I really like this mic because if I'm shooting something else, I can still talk from behind the camera. And obviously you can see right here, it has a mic in the back and a mic in the front. So if I'm talking behind the camera, I can speak here, and then if someone's talking in front of the camera, it will be right there. I kind of missed the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus just because it was a lot bigger. Audio sometimes was better with that. With this, it's sort of not as good quality. What's up, guys? We just made it to the first stop of day 2, Road to Hana. But obviously it's a lot cheaper. This was around $70 versus that microphone, which is $300, which I'm still saving up for buying another one. So for my tripod, the one I picked up, I think last year, was a Peak Design travel tripod. And honestly, this one was game changing. I used to have to carry around really big broadcast level tripods, which were huge. They had their own bag. I had to carry that as well as my backpack. But this tripod fits perfectly well inside my camera bag. I can just literally put it on one of the water bottle pockets and then strap it in, and it stays there. And it's light enough for me to go on hikes with. It's tall enough for me to shoot interviews, standing interviews with. So this has been honestly the best purchase I've ever made. It's, I think, around $600 for the aluminum version. I didn't get the carbon fiber because I don't have that much money, but still, this was a big purchase. And other than that, I've used this tripod almost every day and it's worked really well. So I also use, let me pick it up right now, is the GorillaPod. Actually, this is a 3K, it's a little bit smaller version, but the Pro version as well, so 3K Pro. I honestly do not really like this tripod as for vlogging and things like that. It's just so finicky to like open up the legs, like I can't even do it right now. And then sometimes even when I have the camera on the GorillaPod, it like almost falls off and I like have to tighten it every time, which is kind of suspicious on my end. I don't want my freaking $3,000 camera falling off my GorillaPod because I skate a lot, I vlog while I'm skating, and this is not really the best option for me, but it's sort of like the only option, and it was like really expensive. So the light I use is the Aperture AL-F7. Let me take this off. So as you can see, it is this right here, right there. It is behind this big umbrella. The umbrella is by ProMaster. I don't really shoot at night, but when I do, that light is with me at all times, and it just carries like the regular batteries that are used in any lights or filmmaking lights. So the last thing in my camera bag, which is usually in my camera bag, but right now it's in a separate bag, is a DJI Mavic Air 2. I was thinking of upgrading to the Air 2S for the stuff I do. I don't need those fancy features because I'd like to be in control of my drone itself. And I think I've crashed this once before down a waterfall in Hawaii again. So I just lost my $800 drone down the waterfall, and I lost all the drone shots in Hawaii. Still the same day.
He lost two drones on the same day.
Yeah, Miguel said it. I lost the second drone. So this is the second one I have. Luckily, insurance could help pay for it. DJI insurance, even though I didn't retrieve the drone, they still were able to get it back to me with the flyaway coverage. I've brought this drone with me everywhere now where I went, hikes, anything else. It's small enough to fit in my camera bag, which is great, and the quality on it is amazing. It's perfect, is all I need. I don't need the Pro, anything like that, because in YouTube and in social media, those shots get compressed anyway. On the drone, I have an VND Filter. Right now is a 16. I think I had the 8 stops of ND, but I lost that one. 16 is fine, and if I don't have 16, it's just the plain lens, and it's worked perfectly. Another part of the drone that I really enjoy is having 8 gigabytes of internal storage on this drone. There has been countless times where I forgot to bring a micro SD, and I was able to use the internal storage on this and still get the shot, which is amazing. Sometimes I also carry this GoPro Hero 9, as you can see right there. I just have the media mod on it so I can put on the Deity M4 Duo to get better audio. People say that it's finicky, like there has been times where I had to open this up and take out the battery, which is this battery right there. I haven't had to do that too much. It's a GoPro, like I'm not expecting the best anything out of this. Thank you guys so much for watching another video. Like I always say, if you can like and subscribe to the channel, it'd be really beneficial for me. This is actually my third serious video on this channel, and as I continue to try and grow, it'd be really helpful for you guys to like, subscribe, comment if you want, and if you have any questions on any of the gear in my camera bag, I'll have that in the description. But yeah, this was my 2021 student edition camera bag.